Okay, here we are with Joe Cooper, my man who first introduced me to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, and we just wanted to chat about, the opportunity that there is for African residents, and specifically our inner circle within South Africa, to go and see the gorillas and the chimps, two of the world's great apes, in 2024 and potentially in 2025 on African residence permits. I think everybody knows that the permits to see these animals are very expensive, and that's because only a few people are allowed every day to go and view them. And there's a massive opportunity to go and do something which, for me, and many of you have heard this from me before, is one of the greatest wildlife experiences. We don't know whether these permits will be the same price in 2025, so it's time to get moving. Joe has just come back from Uganda. Yeah, tell us a bit more. And actually, as Joe said to me yesterday, the shoe bull, which is hugely attractive to a lot of South African naturalists as well.
I mean, like you said, seeing the mountain gorillas, it's one of the most incredible wildlife experiences you could have in the world. It is obviously a very expensive activity to do, but another reason why it's as expensive is because tourism is the thing that drives the conservation of these animals as well. Without tourism, there wouldn't be reason for these national parks to be protected in Uganda and for the animals to be protected there. And the numbers are growing, hugely. The numbers have doubled in the last 10 years from 700 to about 1400, which was an amazing success story. And yeah, so I was just there with a group of 4 guests, and we had the most incredible time around Uganda. It was a great ape safari, so we were lucky enough to see both chimpanzees and gorillas, and we had phenomenal sightings of both. The gorillas, I think had a family of about 17 individuals, and surrounding us in the middle of windy impenetrable forest. It was absolutely amazing. We had silverbacks, we had juveniles, we had babies, everything that you could possibly want out of a gorilla experience. And these animals, they're incredibly habituated, hey, and they can come up up to within 2 meters from you. They're very, very comfortable around the guests. Actually, when you were with us, it came and touched your camera, which I think we've spoken about before in the podcast, which is something so special. It's just an absolute bucket list destination. And to have these African resident rates, it's a super, super cool thing that I think should be taken advantage of. If you have to think of the price of trekking in Rwanda, which is normally $1,500 for a permit, drop down to 500. It's a massive saving. And in Uganda, from $800 drop down to 500. It's an opportunity that I think anybody who can should embrace.
I agree. And it's so important, as you say again, it's about ecotourism. It's about paying to protect these areas. It's about protecting those species. It's an opportunity to go and do something which is actually very easy. From Johannesburg or Cape Town to get into Entebbe or into Kigali is very, very easy. If you've got an anniversary or a birthday, or you just feel like spoiling yourself, this is the time to do it. Two magnificent countries. The experiences, a lot of people sometimes ask, oh, but you only have an hour with these animals, but it's more than enough. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and we are doing so much in Uganda. We have tours and tours and tours through Uganda this year. I think we're really on top of our game there right now, and we provide an experience which is unparalleled and very different probably to something you've experienced before. So
I mean, there are obviously these two amazing destinations to see the gorillas, Uganda and Rwanda, and loads of people ask, what's the difference? Why is Rwanda that much more expensive than Uganda? Is the gorilla trekking a better experience there, or is that why it's that much more expensive? I mean, it's actually not. Brett, you've got a lot more experience trekking in Rwanda.
The thing is that the gorilla experience is exactly the same. It's the same ecosystems. The experience is exactly the same. I think in Rwanda has a high income, low impact tourism model. So very, very few people are traveling in Rwanda, but they're charging a lot of money to do it. It's an incredible country. I absolutely love Kigali as a city. It's a magic place to spend a night. Hotel Rwanda, as it's colloquially known. Magic places to eat. Amazing. So you can walk around at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then you shoot up to volcanoes, you do the gorillas, and you're out. They also got golden monkeys, one of the rarer primates on the continent as well, and the most incredible story. I mean, Rwanda is a really fascinating place just to learn about right now, and it's very, very different.
Yeah. Uganda doesn't have the high-end market that Rwanda has. They've got very comfortable lodges, luxurious lodges based on the rim of windy impenetrable forest. It's an incredible place to stay. and it is just one tier down from Rwanda, and it makes it affordable for a lot more people to visit. In addition to that, it's quite easy in Uganda to combine chimpanzees and gorillas on a 5-day safari. You can see the Great Apes of Africa. It's an amazing thing to be able to fly into one destination and tick off the Great Apes of Africa, um, and in the same trip tick off one of the most endangered bird species in the world, which is a shoebill stork at Mabamba Swamp, you know? So you can literally, in 5 days, arrive in Entebbe, see the shoebill, fly to Gwindi, see the gorillas, drive to Kibali, see the chimpanzees, and the next day you're off, you know, you're back home. It's an amazing country, and it's an itinerary that, you know, you see so much and you experience so much in very little time.
No,
And
I
that's
agree.
Uganda.
We've got these 4 packages which Joe's put together. As I said, we really are hot on the ground at the moment in Uganda. Joe's spent a major proportion of his life there. I've traveled in both countries a lot. We have these packages. Get in touch with Joe or I and go and do it before it's too late.